It's literally been a month, but I am here to talk about some more Magi greatness, people. Like, it's been a while. I know it hasn't. I've missed 2 chapters, and I've got some stuff to say about Magi. The reasons why I haven't been talking about it for a while. That is mainly because the chapters haven't been coming out. This is the biggest issue. We're still like another like 2 or 3 chapters behind on this series, and you know me, guys, this is my favorite series. I love it, but it's the same thing with Akame got killed. It's getting really hard to talk about the series when just the chapters aren't consistent. Like, we're fucking weeks behind, so what the fuck sense? Yeah, like, just pull your fucking head out of your ass and do it, because this is my favorite fucking series, and you're just fucking diddling around like, we could release a chapter or we couldn't, you know, it just really depends if we can be asked. Like, you know, just don't bullshit me on this sort of stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it really annoys me because I want to talk about more fucking Magi on the channel, and it's like, I don't get a fucking chance to really talk about it all, and it really, really frustrates me because, like I said, guys, I fucking love this series. It's amazing, and yeah, it's just like, what else am I supposed to do when I'm just waiting for it? But it's like, I'm going to be talking about 3 chapters that came out recently. I'm talking about, like, a few that they actually decided to translate. So I'm going to be talking about 265, 266, and as well 267. Maybe they might actually catch up with the series and all that again. But I mean, honestly, who the fuck knows at this point, people? Like, who the fuck knows? Like, they'll just do it and then they fucking feel like it. But it's just like, I don't know, guys, it just really frustrates me with this stuff, like, just seeing that. So we'll start off with 265, where we get to see, like, Alibaba is on a fucking funeral bed. Like, he's just there, like, all there. It's like, Morgiana went all the way to see Yuna to actually talk and say, yo, I really need to talk to him. I really need to, like, go see him right now. And it's like, he isn't even breathing anymore. And I'm like, holy shit, this is getting crazy. And, like, even when you see, like, Hyogyoku and Koha, all these people are saying, you know, this is the last war in the entire Kouen Empire's history, and we're putting away into this. I'm not gonna lie, with this chapter especially, and you saw Kouen there, and you saw like his like relationship also well with Hakuryuu, and he's just seeing like the sword and everything, and he's just like, and when you see fucking like Hakuryuu was like warriors as well, and there's just this giant lineup on like the continent, that was a really sick chapter. But, and this is the thing, this is the biggest fucking issue right now, is that Judal is alive, he's fully fine, and he just came back. Like, it's not the fact that he's alive as such, but it came back, because we knew that Alibaba as well, like, Alibaba I'll get into, but it's like, we knew that these characters were going to come back sometime sooner or later, but the fact that it was just so soon, it takes away a lot from just that great stuff that we just had. And it's like, regardless of what, like, that arc is like up there, that's like one of the top 3 arcs on there, regardless of these chapters. But you take away from such a huge portion of what was so exciting, what was so hype from that stuff, and there you go, you just go and just take it out there, and it's just like, that's really just disappointing in my eyes. It's because it's like, you just take back these characters' deaths, like, oh no, they're alright, but I guess it's because mainly like Alibaba is such a huge character in the series. It's like, oh, we can't like go through that, and like we finding out as well that like Judal's like actual power just doesn't seem to be really working on this world because he has such a small amount of like Manga, and it's just like, and the little weird little thing is like, oh hi guys, it's Alibaba, and it's like, you're dead, and they're saying, you know, yeah, I did fucking fight him, but you know, I was hit by a scythe, and well, I'm fucking here. So it's like, it's weird that these two have like a weird little journey together of them like surviving and discovering this new world. It's like, it's a very fucked up place, and like, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of weird that like fucking like Judal's like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And then when he like literally one of the first things he sees, he's like, oh, I gotta attack it, and he's just like, yo, fuck it, attack it, like, get this fucking thing away from me. And it's up to like fucking Alibaba to actually like even take care of this shit, and it's just like, that was kind of fucking cool, like, but it's like, how is this weird little doll thing more powerful than fucking like than fucking Judal? It's just so weird. I guess it's because in this one, like, you know, if you've got Magi and it's such a small thing, like things like swordsmanship really does have, like doesn't really matter. But a few other things we did find out, you know, he doesn't feel like pain or hunger or anything at the moment, but it's just like, and it shows like, you know, they really want to go back to their world, and it's just like, I want to get the fuck back there, and they're saying like, and it was just like, wow, Jadal was just fucked up saying, you know, it's better if you stay dead, actually, you should go fuck yourself and all that. It's like, you lost, motherfucker, and it's just like, yeah, just, that was, I found that was like, interesting when he was saying, you know, look, here's a short story, like a short story of it here. Like, you're naive. You lack to become a king's determination. The determination that would make you to kill down and cut down your enemies, to take care, and that is why you lost to Hakuryuu, because you didn't have that determination to cut down your old friend. And it's like, you're better off to lead it with like Kouen and everyone else. You haven't got that. It's like, you won't be able to like prepare anything or like save anything with that, like being naive like that. It's just, that isn't gonna happen. And it's just like, and I kind of like that, you know, he still stick to his guns. He's like, yo, I'm going back no matter fucking what. You can go fuck yourself, like that. It's like, and then he's like, I don't understand what the fuck is he's even thinking. It's like, why the fuck did like was he even charmed by this guy? And he's even thinking as well the same thing with like, why was Hakuryuu at first like infatuated with this guy? Like how like he was like, I want to follow this guy because he's amazing. It's like, why is everyone so fixated on him? And it's just like, it was just weird, honestly, just seeing like this like chapter like going into that. And I mean, and then finally we had the last one that was translated, which was 267, like pretty much a 4 months worth of stuff I'm talking about here, and I'm trying to make it sure it's all fitted in a nice little squeezable content. So that's one thing I'm trying to do. But it's like, the next one was just honestly them, they were just like kind of dicking around at first. It was just like, oh hey, let's go and fucking eat some shit. And it's just like finding out, like, I guess the only reason like Judal can really use this thing is because like it's Black Rook, and I'm guessing in this chapter maybe that's because there isn't so much depravity like on this world. Then that's probably why like there's only such a bit of Black Rook there. But it's like the rest of like the 267 was a lot of like a strategy meeting to see like, this is what the Kouen Empire is literally gonna do. And they're seeing like, oh like I liked how some of the warriors is like, oh look at that little tiny bit of like land that like Hakuryuu has got, that he's got in Rakusho, but it's like, this is a civil war. Regardless of what, he can still have, like, he can still have big control. We still need to actually beat this piece of shit. It's like, regardless of fucking what, it's like, you know, just what would happen, you know, because he has got Belial and Zagan on his side. He's got super soldiers. Regardless of what, we've got normal soldiers. We may have metal vessels, but that doesn't mean we should underestimate the foe, and we should be going in guns blazing, fucking him up. Because regardless of what, it's the same thing that we had going with Magnestar. Magnestar was a really small little area, but when they started bringing out those Dark Djinns and those giant golems and that, yeah, shit was getting fucked up when you had to have the Raim, Sindria, the Co-Empire, Aladdin, like, all of them trying to fight the Dark Djinns and everything. So it's like, do not underestimate it. If anything that Magnestar taught you, that's one thing. You just don't fuck around. It's like, very interesting. We didn't really get to see anything really of like Hakuryuu, just that he was sort of like premeditating before, like, you know, the battle was like beginning, like, which is all these fucking tree trunks everywhere, and it's just like he's ready to fucking start war with the rest of them. And it's just like, yeah, that's gonna be something interesting. It's like that's just gonna be interesting. Like, honestly, it's like, it was a kind of weird chapter. So I guess in a way I am kind of happy that I was able to like see all of these at the same time, like maybe once a week. Some of these might have been a bit but regardless of what, you know, I still want to talk about this weekly. I love Magi, guys. I love it to fucking death, guys. But fucking hell, man, like, this is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous that I'm waiting this long to have Magi chapters. And honestly, like, the translators, you're pissing me off, guys. You're seriously pissing me off. And you're probably pissing off a lot of Magi's fans. Regardless of what, though, I didn't like the whole thing about Alibaba and Judal coming back. I mean, I think we should have already, where we should have been in 267. We should have had that war maybe after the war, this little finale war. Then we should have had Hakuryuu and Judal back. If you wanted to give this like 20 chapters or something, 6 months or something, we'll go out. But then I think there'd be just too many questions of saying like, what's going to be happening with Judal? Oh, maybe just, I don't know. It's just, it felt way too soon. Maybe 5 chapters or something. Maybe just give it a month or 2, and then maybe afterwards. But it's like, you just don't really do it immediately afterwards the war, you know, after like all this big build up. So I don't know. Honestly, if I give them all an overall score, because there's quite a few chapters on there, I honestly, I don't know, I generally give the first one a 4, because that was just disappointing, guys. Like, having all that build up and everyone at his funeral and like everyone pissed like at that, then I'd give the others like for some great setup and like some like an interesting weird little combination of Denshiro, Judal and Hakuryuu like going through there. It's like it was an interesting little combination they had, and now the new one's going to be like, you know, Judal, and we're going to have Alibaba like as a team, so that's going to be an interesting one. So I'd give that one a 7, and I think I'd give the next chapter, the set up the war. It was a lot of politic heavy chapter, and I'm kind of interested to see what it is, so I'd honestly give that one probably a 7, 7.5 as well to that one. But that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and remember, I will see you guys hopefully with another Magi chapter. You know, sent scans, fucking do your job right.